Hello, welcome everyone. I'm Aaron the Black Dragon.
I'm Charlie Aaron, hello.
And it's been a while since we last been here. So let's, for the record, which road would you like?
Let's go Bangkok.
Let's go Bangkok. It's been a while since we've been here with Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a lot of time lately. And also I had the big problem with not being able to play online, which I've resolved luckily, because that was also affecting my ability to play Mario Kart online. And various other games. Basically every game. Except for some reason, Splatoon and Monster Hunter on the Switch, those two were like, we don't give a dang. We're just here to play. So that was interesting.
It's one of the good Rainbow Roads.
Yay! I mean, they really wanted to play that. I hope I got the timing correct. I didn't. Let's go!
God, it's been a while since I've played anything on a Switch.
Really now?
I'm so used to the PlayStation and Xbox controller button alignment now, where the southern face button is to confirm and the eastern one is to cancel.
Yeah. The difficulty of relearning a control scheme. Trust me, I have it every time I sit down to record something.
Especially with the fucking Xbox controller button labels.
Yes, they frustrate me probably the most out of all of them.
Because we played some Monster Hunter World recently with the Steam version. And I kept pushing the wrong buttons on the pause menu because it's like, oh, this button does this, and then I'm like, yes, but I'm a Nintendo guy.
Yep. It's also for me extra difficult because I'm also playing Monster Hunter Rise next to all of that.
Which is on a Nintendo system.
Yep. Oh, I felt right.
As opposed to World, which didn't make it to the Switch.
Which, honestly, now that I play World, I'm not surprised that it didn't make it to a Switch, because that is huge.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Switch would have been able to handle that game as neatly as, let's say, my PC is.
Yeah.
And it's fun for me to get into World, especially with coming out of Rise and having played. I always am confused what it was, the Monster Hunter that I played before on the DS.
The 3DS.
Yeah, on the 3DS. So it's nice to play one of the other bigger Monster Hunter games, finally. But definitely some changes that they made with Rise are. I really enjoy these changes.
Wire bugs.
Wire bugs. They save your life on so many occasions. But not only that, also the way you get other people to join in a hunt with you is a lot more streamlined, because if I want to go in there and just say, hey, I want to have other people with me, I don't want to do this by myself, I just can send out a join request at the very beginning. And I don't have to worry about that. In Monster Hunter World, you have to send out the SOS flare. And so far, I didn't have anyone come and join in. In Rise, I always had someone come in at one point, sooner or later, even at the very end of it. Nothing so far in World. Maybe it's because I'm still early on in the game. I already sunk 16 hours into the game.
Yeah, considering how old World is, it's probable that most of the players are in high rank.
Yeah, probably.
And since Rise is on the Switch, which is very popular, there's probably way more players on all skill levels.
Yeah. Even though a lot of people started downloading World because Capcom was like, hey, can you download Monster Hunter World while you wait for Wilds? And the people were like, yeah, sure, why not? So you would suspect to see more people on the lower ranks. They're all people that just started a new playthrough period. But doesn't seem to be the case.
Bummer, actually.
I'm really good with blowing myself up right now. Perfect timed explosions.
That sounds like something you would say in a Bomberman game.
I mean,
I'm still so fucking disappointed about the Super Bomberman R2.
yeah, not only you, because except for the one video that we made about Super Bomberman R2, we've never touched it again really since.
Yeah.
Which is such a shame, because honestly I love the Bomberman games. Super Bomberman R is, for all intents and purposes, a fun game.
The first one was way better on the Switch.
The first one was really good.
But the second one is like when the Switch can't even handle the menus without having to load everything in like for like 1 or 2 minutes, then it's like,
gosh.
No.
Yeah. And as far as we've heard, it's not better if you play the Steam version or the PlayStation version. It still is a sluggish hellscape.
I don't know. Maybe it was at the beginning, but now it might be different. But also, I haven't really had the motivation to check it on PlayStation or Steam, because I also didn't really vibe with the single player, and it's like it would be a waste of money if I got it.
Yeah. No, I also.
Well, maybe not on Steam, because you don't need to pay for a subscription to play online. But on PlayStation, it would probably be a waste of time for me.
Yeah, probably.
And money. Mostly a waste of money.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I rarely play online multiplayer games, so I haven't had the need to spend money for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
And even the retro games they release on there, you can just buy standalone. You don't need the subscription. You can just plop in a couple euros or dollars or whatever your currency is, and then you're good to go. You have the game.
Yeah. And that's a lot easier. Like, I also don't have Nintendo Switch Online. We have Nintendo Switch Online.
Yes, or else we wouldn't be able to play it online.
Yeah, no, what I also don't have is the PlayStation Online, because I don't play a lot on my PlayStation anymore. What do you want? It's your turn to choose.
Let's go Peach Gardens.
Peach Gardens. Because, I mean, there's some great games on the PlayStation. But I've been playing so much on either the Switch right now or the PC that I just don't have the time for my PlayStation right now.
Also, a lot of other multi-platform games are on PC too.
Yeah,
that are on PlayStation. Except Bloodborne, for some reason.
Bloodborne is such a bummer still, because I mean, thanks to you, I got Bloodborne now, but I would still sit here and wait for Bloodborne to eventually come out, because I was looking at Bloodborne so many times. And was like, should I buy it? It's only like, what, $20, and it's really inexpensive, but being able to play it online with other people on the PC would be nice, but they don't care about Bloodborne for some reason.
Which is weird.
Because the following of Bloodborne is huge. That they didn't even consider making a second one for that is so weird. Maybe there's something in the works, but nobody hears anything, so... So let's try and do this correctly this time and not blow ourselves up. There we go. No explosions this time. I could have also gone perfect explosion round, but just considering how I already blew myself up, no, you dumb prick.
Yes, that's me, I'm the dumb prick.
But yeah, the PlayStation Online is not worth it to me necessarily.
It really depends on your use case with the console.
Yeah, I mean,
and what you look for in games. If you, like me, largely prefer single player stuff, then yeah, it's probably not worth it.
Yeah. Gotcha. I mean, for Bloodborne,
I got kaboomed.
Yeah, you were. For Bloodborne, I would still highly consider it, because Bloodborne still has a big active player base, as far as I'm aware of that. So for Bloodborne, that probably would be a good thing, but for something that I'm only playing right now occasionally, because honestly I have my Souls-like game right now on streams with Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's worth it right now. And if we actually do that, we maybe should consider like the family.
I'm starting to believe that you are a Bomberman.
Only dreams now. But yeah, if we ever got the PSN online thingy, maybe we should consider the family thing so that we both can use it and pay less because of that.
If there is a family plan.
Yeah, that's right. Didn't we look at that once and we didn't see anything?
I think we did.
If there is a family plan, we should get it. If there's no family plan, then I'm not sure if it's ever gonna be worth it for me.
We should also probably consider getting the family plan for the Switch.
Yes, we definitely should. Because for that it's definitely worth it, because I'm not gonna get rid of my online playing, because again, Splatoon and Monster Hunter are the games that come to mind immediately for that.
But also, I rarely play on the Switch anymore, so I don't know how much sense it would make for me. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Wow, you really got splurged there. You dumb you. But maybe if we can get our...
High five, Luigi.
Maybe if we can get our brother Plot
High five, Peach. Low five.
into this as well, maybe then it's gonna be worth it again. Because as far as I'm aware, he also plays games online, so in that case it would make sense again. Is it the first time I got through the finish line in first place and not like 5th or something like that? This was, for all intents and purposes, this was the calmest race that we had so far.
Yeah,
I mean, it's only the 3rd race, but it's surprising how insane the first 2 were already.
Yeah, don't jinx it.
No, I'm ready for it.
Something that I've also started to consider recently, and I know it's ironic because of how vocal I was against it before, but I've been kind of considering saving up to a proper gaming computer.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff for PC that's a lot more fun if you have a computer that can handle it.
I still think setting up your computer for PC gaming and looking for all the specs and the parts that are in it is fucking complicated as hell, and I still prefer how easy consoles are in that regard. But on PC, some games are available that just aren't on consoles.
Yeah.
For instance, old ones that can run on probably any potato computer are most of the earlier Ys games.
Yeah.
I know on PlayStation there's like 4, 8, 9, and now the upcoming 10 and Origins.
Oh yeah.
Origins also exists, but then on Steam there's like Ys 1 and 2, 3, 6, and then all the other ones. So every Ys game except Ys 5, which never got localized in the first place back in the day.
Which is still weird.
Yeah.
If you have everything else, they could be like, let's do that one as well. But that one's just kind of like the stepchild that they're like, no, nobody cares about you. Which is such a weird thing to do.
Yeah. But also Ys 5 is generally considered one of the weakest games in the series. But also, I think Nihon Falcom, the developers of the series, have expressed interest of remaking that game at some point.
Oh, okay. So there might be something coming up eventually.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Sorry.
But Ys 10 is the one that's current now. But let's see, maybe that's the next one.
I mean, they are always more interested in starting to make remakes or remasters of games if there is like a current hype coming up around some of these things. So...
But also I appreciate it when old games that haven't been re-released or released outside of Japan, for that matter, get remade and get made available for more people.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, one of the big contenders for that for me was back in the day the Fire Emblem games, the first ones. That didn't really get to see the light of day over here in Europe.
Yeah. Fire Emblem 1 did get Shadow Dragon as the remake,
Yeah.
and then the original version of that got officially translated, but that one was a limited time release, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's right.
But also, it's Fire Emblem 1, and the user interface almost equals that of a war crime in that game.
I mean, you're playing basically a game about war, so
Yeah.
it kind of is fitting, but also
It's aged extremely badly.
yes, this is a game for the hardcore fans only.
You need to be in the proper mood for like very janky 80s tactics RPG menuing and controls and user interface.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you probably won't be able to get into Fire Emblem 1 as is.
yeah. Oh boy, there's a lot going on again.
If you wanna check out Martha's first adventure at all, you should probably go with Shadow Dragon, with the DS remake.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that also was a little bit of a strenuous one for me to get into, because there were still some mechanics that I feel like weren't as fluid as mechanics are nowadays.
But also, yeah, it was a very faithful remake,
Yes,
for better or worse.
yeah, because to a certain degree I really enjoyed it, but there were also some you get to choose again.
Oh, okay. Let's go Sunset Wilds.
Sunset, but just a few things that I didn't vibe with necessarily. It was also that game where you could tell your horseback units to go off of the horse, right?
No, I think that was in the Super Nintendo versions.
Was that the Super Nintendo versions?
Yeah. I think in Fire Emblem 3, Mystery of the Emblem, which is part remake of 1 and then a new story with Marth. Then in Fire Emblem 4 and 5, you also could tell your horseback units to demount.
Because I feel like this is kind of a fun idea to have.
People have been speculating about a remake of Fire Emblem 4 coming for ages now, and I would be interested in checking that out.
Maybe that comes at the same time as we get the Switch successor.
Maybe.
Which at this point is actually not as much of a fantastical spin that it's gonna happen as it was like a few years back, where we were like, yeah, shut up, it's not a thing yet. Seriously.
But also people are speculating about remakes and re-releases and remasters all the fucking time.
Yep.
Remember all those stupid ass rumors about Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD coming to the Switch?
Yes.
This year, this month, this day, and then nothing ever happened.
To this day. I wonder when this will change. When will we get that remaster finally?
I'm calling it. Wind Waker HD is gonna come out on Switch 2, and the Switch 2 is gonna do garbage. Because Wind Waker has this weird ass curse, which is only coming out on consoles that do pretty badly.
I mean, yeah.
Because as beloved as the GameCube is now, it did not do so hot back in the day.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the Wii was backwards compatible, so
Yeah,
you could play it on there. But then the Wii U came along and they remade Wind Waker as an HD version there, and the Wii U did fucking badly.
Yeah. What was it again that the people call the Wii U now? It's the perfect console to have one specific game series on it, and that's it.
The Wii U is basically Nintendo's PlayStation Vita, because do you remember what game everyone was talking about is basically the only reason to own a PlayStation Vita for?
No, I don't remember that.
Persona 4 Golden.
Oh yeah!
Which is an expanded port of a PlayStation 2 game.
Boy, that sucks.
And then they re-released Persona 4 Golden on pretty much every device now, like PlayStation 4, Xbox, I think, Steam, Switch. So you don't even need a PlayStation Vita for that anymore.
Oh boy, I'm dying. So much.
I'm dying, Squirtle.
Squirtle, I'm dying. Here's something else that caught my eye recently, talking about games and such. As one does.
Yeah.
was the Pokemon Mysterious Dungeon games.
Oh yeah, I think the game had GBA version of 1 got released on NSO.
Yes, exactly. That's why that caught my eye and was like, I love the PMD games.
And now you have the option between playing the Switch remake and the Game Boy Advance original.
Yeah, which is really nice.
I remember really liking the first Mystery Dungeon game from
I
Pokemon.
also really enjoyed it. It was also right around the time where we were like, wouldn't it be cool to have a Pokemon game where you could play the Pokemon themselves?
Yeah.
And then that came out. And
Yeah.
we were like, we predicted it!
Yeah.
I mean, we were just really lucky with our hopes and aspirations to have something like this, but
Yeah.
I got creamed this time, by the way.
I'm just driving.
Just vibing, having fun, being a turtle in a go-kart.
A Dragon Turtle.
The Dragon Turtle. Okay, then.
Oh man, Boo Lake and Harrow Circuit? I think Harrow Circuit may be a bit of a nicer track, but I also have a fondness for Boo Lake, to be honest.
Let's take Boo Lake, because I suspect a lot of people would be more into Hyrule.
Probably.
So, let's see. I mean, there's not a lot of people here right now, so... Oh, there we go. Someone likes dragons.
Dragons are cool.
Plebeian. Who likes dragons? And it's actually more of a mix than I was expecting it to be. Yep, there we go. Now it's evened out. But in terms of games, yeah, it's really evened out now. 3 of everything.
Nice.
That I don't think I've ever seen that.
This has never happened before, like they say on Amazing Games Done Quick.
Yeah.
Or GDQ in general, when something goes wrong.
This has never happened before.
I think they make a joke about it. Oh, hi Orca with 66,000 points. Either you've played this game a fuck ton, or you're a dirty cheater.
Or we're gonna die. We'll see.
Though I tend to skew more towards the, oh god, you played this game a fuck ton,
Yeah.
than immediately assume that someone is a cheater.
Well, I exploded again. Back to square one. Yeah, in Mario Kart I also tend to go more with the... They played this for such an unholy amount of times that is what it's come to. Which, honestly, if I were more into
Oh my
Mario
God.
Kart games, I also would probably be in that spot, but... When I enjoy them, at some point I just... Oh gosh, die and lose interest. But I think that's just a normal thing with games in general. Cool, thanks Boo. That there is like a curve at one point, you just lose interest in it.
Yeah.
That's why
You
so
can't-
many games keep pushing out more and more content in the hopes to keep the people invested in it.
Yeah, the live service approach.
Yeah. And I mean, it makes sense to keep people engaged and interested in your game. But still, at one point...
Nintendo kinda sorta tried that with Splatoon and the Mario Sports games on the Switch. It works for Splatoon, but for the Mario Sports games, not so
Yeah,
much.
the Mario Sports games don't really stick around for that long, but Splatoon is living still.
Probably because it's like the one game everyone loved about the Wii U.
Probably.
So it kept its prestige in that way to the Switch.
Yeah, probably. Also because Splatoon managed to make a game that also created idols and lovable characters that people really love. And that is obviously helping the games, because they're gonna have a festival in Splatoon in September. So that's a thing with the Splatfest and everything, so they really know how to keep the people on the hook. With Off the Hook. Anyway, I'm in the goal. But yeah, Splatoon is really doing still. well and doing numbers like crazy. I mean, I'm also one that plays it. I don't play it every day anymore because I just can't. Also, I got Monster Hunter. I have to go and slay giant beasts.
And make hats out of them?
Yes, funny little hats for my cat.
I need to continue with Monster Hunter Stories 2 at some point. You don't make hats out of... Yeah, well, you do also make hats out of monsters, but you also befriend them.
Which makes this a lot worse. Hey, you look just like my hat. Wanna be friends? Creepy smile.
I mean, you hatch them and raise them up. So
And then make heads out of them.
no,
It's like
not out of your own party member monsters, but
it's
out
like
of the wild
Cruella
one.
de Vil. Oh puppies, let's make clothes out of them.
Oh my god, no.
Kinda wild, if you think back about that. Those were dogs that belonged to a person. She was like, I'm gonna make them into clothing.
Yeah, she's the villain.
But that's still insane, because obviously she has money to just buy herself a few Dalmatians and make clothes out of them.
Yeah.
She does not need to steal them. And waste more resources along the way.
Yeah, she's a fucking dumbass.
I mean, that too. Kinda funny trying to analyze how villains worked back then and how now all of the villain redemption stories come out and sometimes they just do not fit together.
God, so many storytellers and studios and series and whatnot try to make the next Zuko redemption arc, you know,
Yeah.
from Avatar, The Last Airbender, not the Blue People Avatar, and
I mean,
not
if
and
there
not
would be a Zuko in that one, I'd be surprised.
and not everyone can do it.
Nah.
I still remember from the Blaster Master Zero games, which are otherwise very good games, I feel.
Oh, I missed.
There's like one character in Blaster Master Zero 2 who keeps attacking you and tries to kill you. And then by the end of 3, that character is like forgiven and he gets to take care of the main character's children. And I'm like, I don't vibe with that.
Ah, yeah, it's fine. You only tried to kill us a few times. Like, what's the worst that can happen to my children?
Like I think they did give like a Freudian excuse for why the character was such a fucking dumb prick over the course of the games, but I don't really remember it anymore. I just remember how annoying they were, and I feel like that's not really good.
Nah, that's not lending itself well to
It
trying to write a redemption arc for a character. What the fuck is going on in this race?
But also, it's been a while since I played the Blaster Master Zero games, but I remember it feeling very unearned.
Oh gosh, I did. Yeah, but there's a few characters like this where they try to give them the redemption arc, quote unquote, and it's just no.
Because some characters are jerks, but they're still loved by the audience because they are entertainingly written jerks.
Yeah.
But also, that just your mileage may vary because some people really like the jerk characters and think that they are interesting and like funny, but also some people just don't like the jerk characters.
Yeah. Also, do you see where first and second place are in this race?
Nowhere near us.
How did they get all the way up there? I got stars in third place. That's not how this should go.
Mario Kart.
Insane. Anyway. But yeah, Avatar. We more recently watched through that again. Still such a good story. Because we started watching through it because the live action series came out, and oh boy, the live action series is something. They really managed to take everything that was fun about Avatar and throw it out the window.
Good job.
It's like they did not learn from the M. Night Shyamalan live action movie. No, they were like, you know what? That was golden what he did. and did the same thing, just with better effects. What do you want to drive?
Let's go Amsterdam.
Let's go to Amsterdam. Because soccer is not funny. All of the funny moments are not in that. It's just serious and bland, and you hate everyone.
Oh, that sounds like a bad adaptation.
Yes. We only watched it halfway through so far because we wanted to complain a lot about stuff. Specifically, I wanted to complain about a lot of stuff because, wow, it's bad. One of the more fun characters that you get to see in Avatar is Boomy, the king of the... the insane king. He is such an asshole. I wanted to murder that face.
Oh no.
He was not entertaining, he was just a dick to Aang the whole time. Good job! Can only recommend it if you want to gouge your eyes out. And then, after you watch the first episode, go and watch all of the animated series, because first of all, animation is great and fuck AI, and it's just such a good series. Yes, it also may have its flaws. I'm not gonna say that it's the perfect show, because obviously it also has its flaws.
Everything has flaws.
But it's not as bad as that.
Everything has flaws. It comes with it's being made by human people.
Yes, that's true. Did we drive that road? Am I insane? I'm insane.
I don't think we did. It looks a little bit like the peach, like a Peach's garden, right?
Yeah, I was like with the molehills. I was like, didn't we do that already?
No.
But there's also molehills in the not Lon Lon range, the Mumo ranches.
I think so, yeah.
So where am I driving?
But yeah, I have no idea where I'm going.
I also don't, but I'm gonna get blown up, so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
But yeah, I don't know what it is about studios trying to make live-action adaptations of animated shows happening, because I feel like the only example of a live-action adaptation of an animated show that went well in recent memory was the One Piece show, wasn't it?
One Piece show was pretty good because they also kept to the fucking source material, which is a thing that is more prevalent, I feel like, with some anime adaptations. If they have the person that does the material is involved in that as well, because Oda, the one responsible for One Piece,
the creator of One Piece,
actually had his hands in that, as far as I know. And he was like, when he saw the person that was gonna play Luffy, he was like, you are born to be that character. You look like him, you are that character. Which, honestly, if you are applying for a role and that is what you get told
by the fucking creator of the source material,
then I think there's nothing better that can happen to you than, you are Luffy the monkey.
That's like praise of the highest order, I think.
So
when the creator of a work says, you are the perfect man or woman to be
playing the part.
to play the part of the protagonist of this adaptation of my work. I think that's such a cool thing.
Yeah. Also, I haven't watched it yet, but the little bit that I've seen about it, it looks really well done. I wanna take a deeper dive into it, but I also wanna try to get back into One Piece at one point proper again, because I watched 90 episodes during the last time I was home for a week with COVID, and I watched 90 episodes during that week, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna need a break. Now it's been nearly half a year or so again since that. I should get back into it at one point, but there's 1,000 episodes left for me, so I don't think I have any stress.
Yeah.
I know there's a few arcs that I could leave out, but I want to enjoy everything, even if it's bad.
One Piece is a long runner, yeah.
Yes, it really is.
I haven't watched the live-action show either, but I've heard promising things about it.
Same. But, yeah, Avatar is not good. Because if you take the fun out of something that's a comedy drama and you just make a drama out of it and expect people to still enjoy it that know the source material, then you're an idiot. Because you're already destroying something that made it good. So
It would be like if you made, I don't know, a live action adaptation show of the Ace Attorney games and removed all the weird shit that's happening.
Oh yeah,
or,
just make it
or the
boring courtroom stuff.
Or the silly character designs. I know there is a live action movie adaptation, not made by Hollywood, by a Japanese movie studio, I think.
Yeah.
And I've heard that it's a pretty good adaptation of the games, but I haven't watched it yet. I think it came out here in Europe at some point.
I think so too.
But
at least I remember seeing something about it.
But finding the DVD for that is like impossible.
Yeah. One of the only DVDs in that regard that I've ever found on multiple occasions is from the Devil May Cry anime.
Oh yeah, that one also has an anime.
And that's the only thing that I found on multiple occasions here in Austria. Where I was like, oh, Devil May Cry. With Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Yeah.
Kinda goes without saying, but still. But that's the only thing that I found multiple times and was like, should I maybe get it?
I remember watching a couple of episodes of it and thinking that it was pretty fine, but it just made me want to play the actual games instead.
Yeah. I mean, I had Devil May Cry 4 on the channel not too long ago, so we're gonna still have a little bit of time between, but Devil May Cry 5 coming soon to a YouTube channel near you, specifically the one that you're on right now.
God, DMC5.
Subscribe today to see when it launches, which will be whenever, I don't know. I'm not the one who has any idea when this schedule's gonna happen and line up.
DMC5 is such a great game. I love it.
I'm so looking forward to it because I love 3, I love 4, I hate 2. Well, okay, I dislike 2. Hate is a strong word for that. 2 is just the most dumb thing in terms of where they could have gone with that. But yeah. That's also the problem that I have with Battle Network 3 right now. Because some of the things that they did are just obnoxious.
Yeah, Battle Network 3 has, I think, the strongest story of the first 3 games, but
yes,
some of the gameplay decisions they made are maybe not the greatest.
No.
Like the press program wasting space constantly,
Yep.
or you need to constantly shuffle it around if you don't want to keep it on constantly.
Yep.
Or the energy change program, removing chips from your stock and also having to be put into your Navy customizer. Let's go squeaky clean.
Squeaky
Oh,
clean.
fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the energy charge thing is such bullshit. I hated that.
I mean, in Plantman's dungeon there was fire enemies everywhere, so...
Fire enemies, but for the fires breaking out all over the net, you had to go to
I think
Yoka, not beach. For some odd reason, because Yoka had all of the water-based navis and not beach area.
Yeah.
And had to grind up there a little bit. Even though some of the fires gave you some of the bubble chips, but not nearly enough to make it through that if you don't have some already. So, get fucked.
Yeah.
That's such a dumb decision.
So, if the Battle Network games ever get some remakes, I hope they maybe
ditch that.
Maybe take a look at Battle Network 1's general overworld design.
Yep.
And maybe tighten up some of Battle Network 3's ideas so that maybe they are a bit better.
Yes. Especially the thing that frustrates me with the stupid energy charge thing is you have a certain elemental style at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Aqua God style, and not being able to put out the flames by myself, despite the fact that I have a style that shoots bubbles whenever I want, is such a weird, dumb thing. I mean, yeah, limitations, they
But also
didn't wanna give someone an edge over in a situation, probably because they have a benefiting style or whatever.
Yeah, because they can't really like do it like, oh, if you just happen to have that style, then you can just skip the whole thing. Yeah. So they probably were like, no.
But it's... Oh, I shot backwards. I wanted to shoot forwards and shoot you down, but I didn't. Where am I going? I didn't take the curve. I just drifted outside and fell off.
You were going.
And I went there. And if the game wouldn't have picked me up and put me back, I would have stayed there. But yeah, Mega Man Battle Network. I mean, it is an old game by now, so... Yeah,
those were like early 2000s video games, and game design was different compared to now.
Yeah. I feel like Reaper from Overwatch. Die. And there goes my shell. Whoa! But it's also something fun to see how game design has changed ever since. Because there's some great games from way back when that still hold up to this day. Like Super Metroid, for some reason, still gets the highest praises. And I mean, it's still a fun game.
It's still a good game, but I just prefer how Zero Mission Fusion and Dread play.
Yeah, especially Dread. Where I wanna say, and you have Samus Returns for the DS.
3DS.
3DS, yeah. I was considering asking you if I can borrow it because...
I think that I still have it.
If you don't have it, I still have it for the emulator, and I'm gonna emulate it, but I was like, with the emulator it wasn't as smooth to play as it probably was for the DS with the whole...
I mean, we probably forgot to change some settings.
No, with the touchscreen stuff.
Oh.
I mean, because that's something you cannot really change.
True.
So that's why it wasn't as smooth, because in terms of settings I think we've done the best we could at the time. I mean, for Pokemon I got a new version of the emulator and it's running a lot smoother now. Still need to tweak a few things because some things still don't seem to work or wanna do 100% what I want them to do, but it still works better. I love how she's laying at the wall.
With the foot at the outlet.
Yeah, that's gonna be fine. She's never done anything because she also has outlets back with her bed and she never touched anything, so she's gonna be fine.
Okay.
And even if our outlets are designed to not kill you, we're not in America.
Yeah.
Calling you out, America. Make your fucking outlets safer. Like, for fucking real? Or at least your plugs. I'm gonna go on the tangent now, because me in Europe, I don't have any plug here to show you. I do have a plug here. You have these plastic thingies here, the tongs, that prevent you from sticking anything into the circuitry once you insert it into the plug. Which means you cannot electrocute yourself. Why do the American plugs have to be all metal so that you can take a copper penny, which is was a TikTok thing, and electrocute yourself with that shit?
Oh my god.
Fucking prove me your stuff! Oh, seriously. So that was my PSA for that. For some reason. I just really needed to get it out of my system.
Meanwhile, Baby Park.
Yeah, we're gonna hear it enough now. But, like, for real. It is... I mean, that's one thing that you get for watching videos of an electrician doing his thing and complaining about the safety standards in America. So... But it's also interesting to learn the difference about stuff from Europe to America. And Canada. And all around the world. I'm talking about, if you know the YouTuber Electro Boom, I'm talking about them because they tend to blow up circuitry all around the world, not just in Canada, America, or at their own house. They pretty much blow circuits everywhere because, well, that's kind of their shtick as well. Can highly recommend them. You learn stuff and they're funny. And it's a surprise that they didn't harm themselves any more than they already have at this point.
That sounds concerning, actually.
If you watch his channel, it is kind of concerning, and sometimes it is surprising that they're not dead at this point, but they seem to know enough about electricity to not let that happen. At least on purpose.
Oh boy.
I did not need the coin. Bombs? Video games encouraging people to be bombs? I made it in first place in Baby Park.
I'm in 4th.
I was so good at Baby Park, the general mayhem that was occurring allowed me to be first place. Nice. So, now that we've talked about electricity and electrocuting yourself in America with a penny, don't fucking do that! What you wanna play?
Let's go Momo Meadows.
Since we were talking about them beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
you know what would be fun? If we had the Lon Lon farm as well as a racetrack.
Oh yeah.
Because then you had the Momo Meadows, you had the Lon Lon farm. Just a whole bunch of cows.
Though it would probably be based on Ocarina of Time, because
Yeah.
that's the big one.
The Majora's Mask one would be fun though, because then you could...
Well, that's a different farm.
Oh yeah, that's not the Lon Lon, that's right.
It's the... What the fuck was the farm called in Majora's Mask again?
I don't know. But that one would actually be the fun one to have, because if you would have a day and night change in between the labs that you're in, you could have...
Then the aliens pop up.
Yeah, exactly. You can have the aliens that jump out and try to kidnap you. That would be kind of a fun stage to do. You took the shortcut, you freak.
Yeah, because I had the mushroom.
Talking about mushrooms, something that I brought up while we were eating is the Mario movie has yet to explain to us how one-up mushroom works in the Mario universe. I got you with that. I don't know how, but I got you with that.
Nice. My theory is if one-up mushrooms appear in the Mario movie at some point, it's probably gonna work like in the Mario RPGs, where like maybe Mario gets knocked out, and then someone runs in, maybe Luigi, force feeds him the one-up mushroom, and then Mario stands up and is ready to go again. You know, like in the Mario and Luigi games.
Yep, that's the one thing. The other thing that I said would be like, they work like a cure-all. Just like, you're incredibly sick, your bones are broken in every direction, one-up mushroom and you're all fixed up and ready to go again.
Like the sensu beans or whatever in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, exactly. That's like my assumption of something that would be more like in universe working, for it not being something extremely overpowered, bringing people back from the dead.
Well, that's the thing with video games. You can do shit like spells that bring back dead party members to life, because that's just expected for video games, because you want your players to have multiple chances if you don't intend to make a game where there's permadeath.
Yeah, or a game where permadeath is part of the game experience.
Yeah.
Because there is games that rely on you dying so that you can move forward.
Yeah, but then in stories you just can't really do stuff like extra lives or revival spells that easily.
Yeah. So
I mean, you can, but then all the tension could be gone in an instant.
Yeah, it breaks the tension, it takes away everything. It's like these stupid ex machinas that I sometimes find really stupid in like Disney movies where, no, that character is dead, nope, they somehow survived all of this. Yay. And I mean, yes, for kids. that's not what I'm complaining about, but the unexplained, somehow they made it, is what bothers me the most. Because that's dumb.
Yeah.
Wanna go one more round?
Sure, let's go one more round.
Then we hit nearly an hour. Did we have Amsterdam last time?
I think we went to Amsterdam before, yeah.
Okay, then let's end it up with Athens. When in Rome, do as the Greek. Because that was also their statement, because a lot of Roman architecture and so was done from the Greek people.
Yeah.
Just also another little tidbit of knowledge there.
Yeah, that's like the Greek gods, and then the Romans like stole them and slightly changed them.
Yeah, gave them different names just after the planets.
Original character, do not steal.
Yeah.
No,
the Romans were the first AI art.
No.
But yeah.
This is like that one comic I've seen on the internet, retweeted dozens of times, where someone goes, "Hi, I made this." Then the other person takes it and is like, "I made this."
I actually know who made that comic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that is one of the artists that I follow.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea right now though, because I would need to see the art style in person right now to remember it.
I would not be able to describe the art style because...
That is a difficult task, isn't it?
Because all I know is the text and yeah.
Yeah, describing an art style is also a difficult task, but that is one of the artists that I follow that actually made that originally, and I'm not 100% sure right now who it is, because my problem is right now I see it in like 3 different art styles and I'm not sure which one of those is the original ones and which one of them is like a parodied one.
Because so many variations of that comic have been made.
Yeah, so many.
Because it's very apt.
Yeah, it is.
It perfectly describes a part of human history.
I made this.
And how some people on the internet are, unfortunately.
Yep. Especially nowadays. Ow. Ow.
Got you.
Why would you do this to me? My poor bones, of which I'm not 100% sure I have them because I'm a squid kid.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do Inklings even have bones?
Just for the sake of me complaining about the fact that you broke my bones, yes. But in general, no. But shut up. Inklings are like snakes. They hold all of the tension in their bodies just from their muscles.
I could see that.
Because I don't know how much squid can hold this tension outside of water. That's something I honestly don't think I've ever seen.
But also there are cartoony video game fantasy characters that don't necessarily have to follow something as preposterous as realism.
Oh,
so
I thought you meant they don't have to follow something as ridiculous as bones.
I mean that too, but still.
I mean, it would be interesting because there is X-ray scans of Inklings, I think, canonically in one of the games.
Okay.
So maybe you could look it up if they're supposed to have bones.
But also, to be honest, I don't really care that much about it.
I also don't. They're fine characters with a dark story that talks about the destruction of the world and how it is befalling their universe as well, while the Simonids are trying to take over their land. It's a fun game for kids! Just like Pokemon is. Where in every other situation, a kid gets kidnapped. Ugh, say that 5 times fast. So, I would say we're gonna leave this here. Yes,
okay.
We are sure. We've been at this... I bonked it. We've been at this for a good while.
You have a new vehicle!
Yay, I can drive more. So all of the coins actually do matter here. Because the last time I think they didn't matter for me. Or I didn't collect enough coins. I don't know. But yeah, any closing thoughts here at the end? Usually we talk about 10 more minutes before we end one of these. Or are we good this time and say no, it's over?
Play the Mega Man Battle Network games.
Yeah. Curse a little bit at 3.
And 4.
And 4, yeah, they deserve it. 5 and 6.
And 1's internet.
Yeah. 5 and 6.
Use
really good.
use maps for 1.
Yes, for a few areas you definitely need maps. For the most part I got through it really good without nets, but there's some areas where you definitely need maps.
Yeah. Battle Network 6 is my favorite. That and 2.
I'm looking so forward to 6. Like I can't wait for it. I still have 4 to get through. 4 and 5. Well, 5 I'm not disappointed at. 5 was also fun. But 4 I'm not looking forward to.
4 is alright, I guess. I don't hate it, but it's definitely one of the weaker games in the series.
Yeah. And I'm gonna plug here, play Monster Hunter. Maybe we'll be in a match together. Because Monster Hunter's fun. If you like big monsters and you wanna hunt them and make funny heads out of them. For you and your cat, by the way.
Yeah.
Play Monster Hunter. Or your dog in Rise. Dog does approve. Doesn't even look at us. Anyway, I guess we're gonna leave this here. Sorry to disappoint you with our end barter, but apparently there was nothing left in the tank today. So, hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you maybe for another podcast sooner or later.
Maybe.
Bye.
Bye.